Please sit down. Nova Southeastern University, the 45th Annual Commencement Exercises. Greetings. The trustees, president, administration, and faculty of Nova Southeastern University bid you welcome to this joyous celebration for the conferral of degrees upon those whom the university honors for learning and diligence, and upon those whom the university charges to turn scholarship into service. Will the audience please rise and join the faculty and graduates in singing the Star-Spangled Banner? You will find the words in the front of the program. Please sit down. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you Dr. Ralph Rogers, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Rogers.
Thank you. We welcome all of you who have joined us to honor the members of the class of 2015. Thank you for attending the observance of the 2015 Undergraduate Commencement Ceremony at Nova Southeastern University. I would like to thank our faculty marshals who have led the candidates into the arena and the outstanding student honorees who have carried in the banners. At this time, I would like to recognize the members of the Nova Southeastern University Board of Trustees who are with us today on the platform. Dr. Sylvia Flores, today's Grand Marshal. Trustee Mitchell Berger. Trustee Keith Brown. Trustee Paul Salarulo. I would like to introduce Dr. George Hamberry, President and Chief Executive Officer of Nova Southeastern University. And Ms. Jacqueline Travisano, Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer. Also assisting us today for the hearing impaired, Mr. William Stanton and Mrs. Jean Senarak from the Nationwide Interpreter Resource Incorporated. I would now like to introduce Dr. Brad Williams, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean for the College of Undergraduate Studies. Dr. Ronald Shania, Interim Dean for the Abraham S. Fischler School of Education. Dr. Don Rosenblum, Dean of the Farquhar College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. J. Preston Jones, Dean of the H. Wayne Huizenga School of Business and Entrepreneurship. Dr. Kimberly Durham, Dean of the Institute for the Study of Human Service, Health, and Justice. Thank you. A university becomes great, not because of buildings or athletic accomplishments, because it develops an outstanding student body through the guidance of their faculty. Also sitting on the stage behind me today in the first rows in the front of the stage are the distinguished members of our faculty. To receive the deserved recognition of the graduates you have educated and inspired, as well as the thanks of their families and friends, will my talented and dedicated colleagues please stand? To formally open these commencement exercises, I am privileged to ask President George Hamberry to come forward.
Thank you, Dr. Rogers. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, isn't it? To the Board of Trustees, to our guest speaker, Mr. Robert Runcie, Superintendent of the Broward County Public Schools, and to all of you who gathered here today to publicly witness the academic achievements of the graduates here, welcome to NSU. You know, this is the first year that we've had all of the commencements on the NSU campus. Usually it's been at the BB&T Center, and many parents have never seen this beautiful campus. So our students elected, why not have commencements at NSU? So we've begun a tradition this year, and you are part of what has started this tradition. So welcome to NSU and our main campus. This is not the BB&T Center, and if you think it is, you're in the wrong place. So welcome. But this is not just about tradition. This is about those 490 graduates sitting out here in the audience today, earning their degrees. So this is 490. We will award about 7,500 academic degrees by the time the academic commencement season is over, sometime in July. 10 commencements will be in this arena. And of those commencement hearings, to give you some example that you are never too old or too young to seek an academic degree. Our oldest graduate this year is 63 years old. And our youngest graduate is in this audience, 19 for an undergraduate degree. But you all stand out in your own right in this incomparable class. I've got to know many of you individually and all of you collectively. I'm proud of each and every one of you, just as I know your parents and your loved ones are. This commencement season, we will see graduates coming through us, not just here in Florida, but from all over the nation and the globe. New Jersey, Ohio, Nevada, Oregon, Brazil, Italy, Peru, China, Sweden, the Philippines. Students definitely reflect the fact that this is a minority-majority university. In fact, we will have students who will receive degrees this year representing not just the United States of America, but from 45 different nations in the globe. One thing, surprising, huh? One thing all of you had in common when you first came through our doors was limitless hope. But very few of you had an idea what actually lay in store for you as you go forward. Today, things are very, very different. You became part of the NSU community. You became a shark. And now, armed with your new degree, as you walk out those doors, you continue to have limitless hope, but you still have very little idea of what actually lies in store for you in the years ahead. I know it's expected of my generation and those of us who have a little gray hair up top to say, you just can't imagine the opportunities before you. But it's true. It wasn't long, even since you have been at NSU, the concept of tweeting, or even me pronouncing it as tweet, or a drone operator, or a search engine optimizer. Those things weren't even thought of when you first started at NSU, but now they've become commonplace. Not only tweeting, and some of you are probably tweeting right now to your parents and loved ones, or hashtagging, hashtag NSU success. How about hashtag President Hanbury is awesome? You won't find hashtag President Hanbury is awesome, but you will find hashtag NSU success. Use that. Keep us informed as you go forward in 140 characters or less of your next jobs, your promotions, or your advancement to other educational aspects, or anything else that you're proud of as you accomplish and move forward. The world is constantly evolving, and none of us can really know what career opportunities are ahead. But we do know that we feel you have been prepared for the unknown. You see, it's not what you don't know to face tomorrow, but what you do know today to be able to invent and cope with what you don't know about tomorrow. So no matter what you do with this year's commencement, whether your career will be teaching, business, social work, or going forward into graduate programs or professional programs, whatever you do, I encourage you to continue to seek your passion and not your fortune, and that you have that same desire to keep your aim above your reach and making a difference in the lives of the individuals around you, to continue to live the core values that we've been discussing since you've been the last 4 years at NSU, and that you will look forward to helping to mentor others as others have helped you. So whatever path you choose, I hope that you will lead by example. One of the underlying philosophies of NSU is that we owe the world questions. And I'm sure you've heard that throughout any of your classes. So go out there and question why. What needs to be asked? Challenge what needs to be challenged. And leave a lasting and positive impact as you make that wake. Many of you have already started to leave a lasting impression doing your years here at NSU and working one-on-one with those core values, community service. For instance, some of your fellow students majoring in sport and recreation management organized and hosted the Cliff Floyd Foundation bowling tournament for the third consecutive year and raised $25,000 for charities. Others supported NSU's commitment to community service by volunteering at charity golf tournaments, benefiting Davies Hope Outreach Center and Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital. And many of you from across the campus were involved in feeding the homeless during the National Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week this past holiday season. Give you all a wonderful sense of applause. And when I started out, I said this is a beautiful weekend. This is Mother's Day weekend. Now, how many of you have a mother? And how many of you have a grandmother? And a great-grandmother? Let's give recognition to all the mothers in the audience who have supported you and nurtured you. Now, I don't want to forget the dads either. Let's give recognition to the dads and the grandfathers. No, you could not have reached this point without the support of your loved ones, your mother, your father, your grandmother, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your uncles, your aunts, and all the individuals who loved you. But you've had many leaders and supporters who've been with you. And I would like to take a moment to recognize a group of individuals who have passed on their knowledge and their skills, and hopefully the ability for you to unleash your potential as leaders. And that is those individuals who've led by example, the faculty members that you've had. And just like Dr. Rogers identified the faculty, I'd like for the faculty once again to stand, and students, please recognize one last opportunity for those faculty members. Thank you. Each of you, in my mind, have been successful so far today because I feel that success is a progressive realization of a worthy goal. Obviously, your worthy goal was to get that degree, and we will all publicly celebrate that for you in a few short minutes as you walk across the stage. Success, indeed, is progressive realization of a worthy goal. After today, I hope you'll continue to establish new worthy goals and progressively work toward seeing continued success in the rest of your lives. I hope you conduct yourself in the way in which you have been conducting yourself, always doing your best, and always, whatever you attempt, to do the best that you can do and the best that you can be, seeking your passion and not your fortune, because if you seek your passion, your fortune will follow. It seems axiomatic to me that you cannot lead if you don't have a destination in mind. And even as Yogi Berra says, that great philosopher, if you don't know where you're going, you might wind up someplace else. So you won't be able to find this important destination on Google Maps. You've got to choose it yourself. And whatever you choose, hopefully it's a worthy goal. A worthy goal. So set your bar high and your aim even higher. And then add 10% more. And always have that faith that you came in as an undergraduate, as that first-year student. Have that faith that you carry forward, and you will always be able to see your dreams and your aspirations be fulfilled. So as I said, today is the public recognition of your achievements. You didn't arrive at someplace else. You arrived here. And it's time to focus on a new vision. For many of you here, that will be different directions. Some of you will go on to other graduate studies. Some of you will go into the world of work. Some of you will join the military and defend this country and the great flag we pledged allegiance to. Many of you are veterans that have already served the country, and we honor you. But no matter what road you take, I hope you will always remember that you are a shark and you are NSU. Because you see, now you join over 167,000 alumni, and you will become an alumnus. And I hope you remember this university and the time you spent here. But most of all, I hope you remember integrity. And I challenge you, in the words of Shakespeare, who gave them to Polonius as he gave advice to his own son, Laertes. This above all, to thine own self be true, as it is the night today. Thou canst not be false to any man. So you don't have to have a big job, and you don't have to have all the wealth and the cars and the house, the fancy clubs, to be a leader or to be successful. But you do have to have integrity. Just as that core value that's in the NSU core values, once integrity is broken, it's like a mirror. It's almost difficult or impossible to repair or replace. So I end these comments to our graduates, all 490 of you. Keep your aim above your reach. Be bold. Be persistent in achieving whatever that worthy goal is. And in another great philosopher's word, fins up and go Sharks. And now I'd like for Dean Williams to please come forward to introduce the James Farquhar Award recipient.
Good morning. It's an awesome day to be a shark. Mr. James Farquhar, a former trustee of Nova Southeastern University, was instrumental in establishing the university over 50 years ago. In recognition of his generosity, dedication, vision, and service, an award was established to honor a graduating senior at the annual undergraduate commencement exercises. This award, the James Farquhar Award for Outstanding Student Contribution, is presented to a student who exemplifies most clearly the virtues of scholarship, leadership, and service so characteristic of James Farquhar. As such, the award serves as both a living memorial and an ongoing expression of gratitude. This year, it is my pleasure to present the James Farquhar Award to Daniel Martinez from the Farquhar College of Arts and Sciences. Daniel, would you please come forward? Every year, the academic units recognize graduating seniors to receive an Outstanding Achievement Award. The recipients of this award exemplify outstanding academic achievement and have demonstrated evidence of contributions to the university and to the community at large. Their photos and short biographies are highlighted toward the back of the commencement program book. Will the recipients of the Outstanding Achievement Awards please come forward when your name is called? The following students were selected by the Abraham S. Fischler School of Education for their outstanding academic achievement. Please come forward and be acknowledged for your achievement from Dr. Shania as your name is read. I ask that the audience hold all applause until all names are read. Alexandra Elizabeth Silvestri. Very good. Thank you, Dr. Shania. The following students were selected by the Farquhar College of Arts and Sciences for their outstanding academic achievement. Please come forward and be acknowledged for your achievement from Dean Rosenblum as your name is read. From the Division of Humanities, Melissa Lynn Villalobos. Linnea Lee Cutter. From the Division of Math, Science, and Technology, Anya Christiane Ellerbrook. And Natalie Negron. From the Division of Performing and Visual Arts, Stephanie Christina Johnston. And Amanda Choi. From the Division of Social and Behavioral Sciences, Anna Claire Wysocki. Thank you, Dean Rosenblum. The following students were selected by the H. Wayne Huizenga School of Business and Entrepreneurship for their outstanding academic achievement. Please come forward and be acknowledged for your achievement from Dean Jones when your name is read. Alexandria Ann Tucci. And Paola Alejandra Belela. Thank you, Dean Jones. The following students were selected by the Institute for the Study of Human Service, Health, and Justice for their outstanding academic achievement. Please come forward and be acknowledged for your achievement from Dean Durham when your name is read. Angel Imani Anderson. Thank you, Dean Durham. Now, please join me in acknowledging all these recipients of the Outstanding Student Award. It is now my pleasure to introduce Jessica Catherine Millar, class of 2015. Jessica is a biology major with minors in chemistry and psychology in the Farquhar College of Arts and Sciences, and Jessica has been asked to speak on behalf of the graduating class. Please welcome Jessica.
Good morning, and welcome to our many distinguished guests, faculty, staff, parents, and family, and welcome to the 2015 graduating class of Nova Southeastern University. Once again, you guys can clap, that's okay. Once again, my name is Jessica Millar, and I'm incredibly honored to be able to speak to all of you today. Before I begin, I'd like to take a very quick moment to thank the many incredible professors, staff members, and family members we have sitting in the audience today. As much as this day belongs to our class, we could not have done it without your constant support. The words thank you don't seem sufficient enough for everything you've done for us. You challenged us. You pushed us far outside our comfort zone. You asked us so many questions that we didn't always have the answers to. But ultimately, you helped us grow into the wonderful individuals sitting in front of you today. Each year, this university addresses one academic theme, with this year's being identity and how we define who we are. Sitting here today, we are each labeled as students of the arts, business, humanities, science, education, and so many other academic backgrounds. As a class, we are labeled as traditional students. But if there's anything I've learned during my time here, it's that this class is anything but. Traditional, by its very definition, is what we commonly associate with the usual or the expected. Yet we are a generation of the ever-changing, the ever-evolving. We come from a society where different is to be celebrated and where identity and individuality are to be embraced. Each one of us carries a unique combination of physical characteristics, motivations, preferences, and desires that help us see ourselves as different from the person sitting next to us. We use these characteristics to define who we are, see who we are in relation to our peers, and identify ourselves as unique and separate from the rest. It is these many different and wonderfully unique characteristics that this class carries with them, which arguably makes us anything but traditional. We are a class of individuals, of future doctors and lawyers, athletes and artists, leaders and teachers. Each one of our journeys has been significantly different from the other, and our personal stories of turmoil and triumph have helped us to define who we are. However, despite our many wonderful differences which we celebrate, there are certain aspects of our identity which we all share. We are all students, and as such, we have suffered through many long nights of studying, exam weeks, term papers, and the stress that comes with the worry of succeeding or failing. We are all human beings, and as such, we've been subjected to life's greatest and unexpected challenges, as well as experienced its greatest joys such as friendship, family, and achievement. We are all visionaries, planning for the future, worrying about what's next, and striving to maintain that small amount of hope that everything is going to be okay. When we each began this journey, we each had our own perspective of who we were as people. From my own personal experience, my perspective of who I am has evolved very quickly over the past 4 years. Many people make the mistake of thinking that our identity is fixed, that it's something we can never change. However, the identity we are born with is certainly not the one we will end with. So for example, no longer am I the shy girl afraid to speak up, but the confident, arguably crazy individual addressing you here today. Chances are, most of you have a similar story. So what causes this change? Well, it's our actions. It's our thoughts. Our motivation to stand up, our desire to speak out, our ability to listen. We are defined by our decisions and actions. That is arguably our identity. So if our idea of who we are then is nothing more than a fluid concept, what does that mean for the future? It means that if you're proud of the person you are sitting here today, then it's your responsibility to continue to carry out the legacy that you've begun here, to hold yourself to the same standards and continue the work that you've done. Or, if you're afraid of how the events of your past may reflect upon yourself, then it means you must look to the future and the fresh start that each day will offer you. Our identity is not set in stone. It does not necessarily define who we are today or who we are to become. It's our judgments, our visions, where our thoughts turn to after a disaster, our hopes for the future, and who we are striving to be that truly makes us who we are. Your identity, your legacy, is what you choose to pursue when you leave here today. I hope your identity will be one of service, of perseverance, of kindness, and ultimately a reflection of everything that you've learned during your time here. But remember, you are never stagnant. Each day will bring new challenges and new opportunities which must be faced, and how you face them will speak about who you are. It is our actions of the future, not the events of our past, that truly define who we are. I wish you all the best of luck in whatever this next chapter of your life brings. Remember everything you've learned here and carry it with confidence into the world. Congratulations, class of 2015. We did it!
And now, I would like for the opportunity to introduce the speaker this morning. Superintendent Robert Runcie, who is to receive the honorary degree in the Doctor of Pedagogy, honoris causa. Will Mr. Runcie, please approach the podium. Assisting with the conferral of the honorary degree will be Provost Rogers and Dean Chennai. Robert W. Runcie, as superintendent of the nation's sixth largest school district, with more than 260,000 students in 315 schools and approximately 30,000 employees of the Broward County Public School System, You are committed to educating today's students to succeed in tomorrow's world. Born in Jamaica, I knew that would get a rise. You moved to the United States as a young boy and became the first member of your family to attend college, graduating from Harvard University and earning an MBA. And earning an MBA from Northwestern University. You later founded a management and technology consulting company and held several strategic leadership positions within the Chicago public school system. You joined Broward County Public Schools in 2011, and with the support of a dynamic school board, you developed a strategic plan for the district, focusing on three key areas: high-quality instruction, continuous improvement, and more effective communication. Upon your leadership, the district has increased its focus on ensuring students are college and career ready and has implemented operational efficiencies that have allowed the district to reinvest millions of dollars back into classrooms to support student learning. Your commitment to collaborating with stakeholders and creating partnerships has earned you state and national recognition, including being selected as Florida Virtual School Superintendent of the Year, Consortium of Florida Education Foundation Superintendent of the Year, Champion District Superintendent of the Year for Florida Consortium of Public Charter Schools, the Florida Department of Education's District Data Leader of the Year finalist, and a 2014 Leader to Learn From mentioned in Education Week. You are also actively involved in the community and serve on the boards of various local and national organizations. You credit the district's success to the support of the school board and a talented leadership team that shares your philosophy that the true price of leadership is the willingness to place the needs of others above your own. Robert W. Runcie, in acknowledgement of your dedication and leadership in education, the Board of Trustees of Nova Southeastern University is proud to confer upon you the Honorary Doctor of Pedagogy degree, Friday, May 8, 2015, Nova Southeastern University. Welcome.
Well, congratulations to the class of 2015 and your families that are here today. Thank you to President Hanbury, the trustees, administration, and faculty of Nova Southeastern University. I offer my sincere thanks and gratitude to be honored here today by you. I also want to recognize that through your leadership, Nova Southeastern University has grown to become one of the top 10 largest private nonprofit institutions of higher education in the nation, and is now contributing more than $3 billion annually to the Florida economy. I also want to give a big shout out to all those who work in the field of education, all our teachers in Broward County that make the magic happen for our students every day. And I do need to go home tonight, so I must give a shout out to my lovely wife of 29 years, Diana. She's here today with our proud daughter, Mariama. Broward County Public Schools enjoys a wonderful relationship with Nova Southeastern University. Our current partnership includes several initiatives, but one that I'm most proud of is our family counseling interns from Nova. They provide services to our students and families in our student behavior intervention program called Promise, which has been recognized as a national model and a best practice for more rational discipline management and interventions that really work to help children succeed. Nova interns work with our students in identifying and addressing mental health needs, family resource needs, and making connections to social services and supports within and outside of the district. The success of this partnership is clear. More than 4,000 students with disciplinary issues have gone through this program, and 90% have not had any repeat incidents. So it is truly changing students' behavior, lives, and outcomes. You heard a little bit about my life story, which I believe is a testament to the power of education in transforming lives. I grew up in Jamaica, born in a 3-room cinder block home with no electricity, had kerosene lamps, no running water, and a bathroom was an outhouse. I came to this country when I was 6 years old with my family in search of a better life and the American dream. My parents had no education beyond 3rd grade, but worked hard to provide for my brother, 2 sisters, and me. We didn't own a car, could never afford to go and take a family vacation, never went to the movies, and worked hard to make ends meet. I worked hard in school, and with the help of great educators and administrators, I was the first in my family to graduate from high school, then went on to college, and then went on to graduate school. I tell you this story because I believe that all of our students, all of our children, if given the love, support, and opportunity that I had, they can accomplish anything they want. Our students inspire me to work relentlessly to give them the same chance I had, to get a great education and use their life to make a difference. I believe that sitting in our classrooms are future entrepreneurs, doctors, attorneys, Grammy-winning recording artists, professional athletes, great teachers, maybe even a person who will find a cure for cancer and a future president of the United States. I believe our students, especially those who struggle the most, that they don't always fit in and often challenge the status quo. They are the ones who will change the world. Public education is our defining American institution. The challenge for our generation and the next is to make the American dream possible for all children, regardless of background, race, socioeconomic status. To do this, we must find a new model, a model that engages the entire community, educators, volunteers, churches, community-based organizations, businesses, the arts, all doing whatever it takes to ensure the success of every child. In recent years, the U.S. education system has become overly focused on accountability and testing. Such strategies have fallen short because they're built on the assumption that the best way to improve our schools is by using standardized tests to rate student achievement and teacher effectiveness. This has resulted in a narrowing of the educational experience of our children as we neglect intellectual achievements that are not easily quantifiable, such as creativity and the arts, perseverance, and the ability to communicate and defend your ideas. At Broward County Public Schools, we have resisted such narrow reform strategies and have maintained our focus on doing what is best for the development of the whole child. We know that we must engage our students. We must engage our students and give them a purpose for coming to school. We have a large and growing portfolio of opportunities throughout the district, including Montessori, Cambridge, and STEM magnet programs. We have the largest JROTC cadet program in the nation with over 7,500 students, and they have a 99% graduation rate. Innovative vocational programs, athletics, the arts, technology and chess clubs, positive relationships and mentoring groups, just to name a few. We also have the largest scholastic debate initiative in the country, with debate programs in every high school, and we are expanding it to all middle schools over the next couple of years. Last year, I ran into several of our debate teams in Midway Airport in Chicago. They were returning from a competition in a national debate conference. One of the students sat next to me on the flight back to Fort Lauderdale. He told me that when he arrived at his high school in 9th grade, he had low motivation and felt disconnected from school and had average grades. The next year, he joined a debate team, and it changed his life. He said that he learned valuable critical thinking skills, such as how to do research, organize arguments, improve his writing, and develop the confidence to speak in front of people under pressure situations. He graduated from Coral Springs High School later that year as their valedictorian and received a full scholarship from the University of Chicago, where he's now attending. This is what happens when we engage students and give them a purpose for coming to school. We believe that great schools are not created by the latest education vendors' programs, nor can it be forced by bureaucratic policies and mandates from above, or by sacrificing precious instructional time for more and more testing. What our best schools have in common is a culture of strong professional learning communities where educators and administrators collaborate to continuously improve their strategies in teaching and learning. Teachers need dedicated planning time each week to work in teams, to review student data, to revise curriculum, to share successful teaching strategies, and set goals for the school on a range of issues such as school climate or support for our special needs students. We are working relentlessly with our principals to create such high-performing cultures in each and every one of our schools. If you fix the culture, everything else works. I do a lot of reflection on leadership and how I can improve. One of the most important lessons I've learned in life is summed up in the Bible in Matthew chapter 20, verse 26, the parable of the vineyard workers, which states, "Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant." Again, whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant. What this means to me is that true leadership is about putting the needs of others above your own. This requires more than just a focus on career success in yourself, but also focusing on the well-being of others and having a moral purpose for what you do. So my final thought for all of our graduates is this: as you think about what to do with your life and how you will make a lasting contribution, the level of greatness that you will achieve in life will be determined by how much you help others succeed. Thank you, and may God bless Nova Southeastern and each and every one of the graduates. Thank you.